Well, hello, my friends. How are you all doing? It's a uncomfortably muggy Saturday here for me. Just thought I'd do a very quick video. We've received a letter from Leslie Harrington, and from what I can gather, she isn't very happy with what we've been doing lately. So you will see that on the screen. Oops. You will see that on the screen, and I will read it out also. So here we go. Dear Mr. W, I do not write to you under the best of circumstances. Nevertheless, it goes without saying, congratulations are in order now that you've completed the initial phase of Dunswell Zoo. Your visions for an ecologically friendly, conservation-focused, animal welfare-centred zoo are clear in each of the habitats you have built thus far, including your 3 temporary habitats. We shall come back to the congratulations later in this correspondence, however, we must now move on to more serious matters. Myself and the other council members, as well as some residents, are very disappointed that you have brought the East Lake Animal Education Centre to an abrupt close and moved a number of species to other collections. Whilst the closure of the centre was inevitable and agreed upon, the sudden nature is a little concerning. Similarly, whilst we knew Dunswell Zoo would be taking priority as the sole animal attraction in the village, the sudden expansion of Dunswell Zoo seems a little reckless. We know that the zoo isn't currently making enough money and is draining funding reserves. We do acknowledge that the loss is reducing, but the figures are still far from ideal. Additionally, the council also believes that you could be doing more to adhere to the land leasing agreement, the details of which are as follows. Number 1. Original planting and landscaping must be maintained wherever possible. Number 2. Where original planting and landscaping cannot be maintained, additional planting and landscaping must be carried out to compensate for the potential habitat loss. Number 3. In addition to maintaining as many existing natural habitats as possible, new habitats for native wildlife must also be created within the boundaries of the zoo. And number 4. The zoo must house a diverse, unique and educational collection of animals with high conservation values. Where point number 1 and 2 are concerned, the council feels like original planting and landscaping is being treated as an afterthought. Whilst we appreciate that authenticity and animal welfare are your priorities, and rightly so, we feel there have been missed opportunities for you to retain and contribute to the original planting and landscaping of the area. In regards to point 3, we do not feel there is enough diversity in the habitats you are creating for native wildlife within the boundaries of the zoo. She's spelt within wrong. Whilst your wildflower meadows are impressive, you and do provide much needed habitats for pollinators, we would like to see wetland, woodland and grassland habitats being incorporated into the design of the zoo more frequently. Concerning point 4, as impressive as the South American animals are, you do not currently have a diverse, unique and educational collection. The council believes that animals from across the globe need to be housed in order for the zoo to have a diverse collection. Furthermore, whilst the addition of the mountain tapir is definitely unique and firmly puts the zoo on the map, more unique animals are needed within the collection in order for this to be considered fulfilled. Education is a controversial point. The council has split itself on this matter, with half believing you are providing appropriate education and the other half believing that more could be done. For this matter, rely on your own management and public relation teams to gauge how well your educational content is being received by guests. Primarily, the finances and the rate of growth are the main concern. We feel that although what you're doing is impressive, it is too much too soon and isn't sustainable for the longevity of the zoo. I am aware more funding can be made available, but the zoo cannot run at a loss for all of its life. Address our concerns, generate a profit, and we'll allow you to conduct the zoo as you see fit. Until that is achieved, we feel your image in the village needs to be improved. Perhaps creating something to commemorate the education centre and those contributing to the zoo would be beneficial. Adding more variety to the zoo wouldn't hurt either, and you could help generate a profit and boost education. Nonetheless, I shall leave the zoo in your capable hands, but rest assured, you will be hearing from me again soon. Yours sincerely, Leslie Harrington, Mayor of Dunswell, Chair of the Parish Council. So, we've just been told off. Oopsies, don't know what that was. So, I agree with some of her points. We have mainly been doing wildflower meadows and sort of planting and stuff like that. We've got some flowers here. We've got one here, and on the roof. And then we've got non-native trees in here. Again, pollination, 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 and this isn't. I don't think. Excuse me, hiccups. Right, I think they've gone. That was an awful sound. Yeah, this isn't too bad. I don't think there's an issue with this. And then it's just flowers around the corner. So again, pollination. And then again, around this corner, we do have native planting in here actually. I mean, there are some plants that aren't native, like the giant rhubarb and the elephant ear. But everything else is native there, so I don't see what the problem is there. But I do agree with her. We need some more wetlands and grasslands incorporating into the zoo. We will get that. I think the Pantanal is a great excuse to get some wetland habitats going for native wildlife as well. And grasslands, we'll find somewhere to incorporate it. I'm not entirely sure where, but we will. What else has she said? Education. So if I just open our GUI, HUD, good grief. We scroll down to education. Yeah, education's unfortunately quite bad, especially here, and I don't get why, because there's an education board right here. Education 10%. No issues with energy. Belongings are safe. Zoo is clean and tidy. Spent a lot of time walking. Ticket price. Thoughts. Ticket price. Guest information. Group finances. Group information. So yeah, their education's pretty low, and I genuinely don't get why, because there's an education board right in front of them. And same over here. And there's one there, and there's one there, and you've got conservation board here. Maybe we could incorporate a few more conservation boards. Again, same story here, there's an education board, only 10%. Same here. Only 10%. We have a keeper talk here. Scenery rating 100. We have a keeper talk here. Scenery rating 100. But again, very low education. So maybe we just get some more conservation boards. I'm not going to put speakers in. I don't find they're very realistic, having speakers. None of the zoos I've been to have speakers for animal facts. It's always for announcements like the zoo is closing in half an hour. Please make your way towards the exit. And stuff like that. It's never, did you know that this animal has blah 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 blah. I've sort of changed the toilet a little bit. I've made it guest height. So what do we do next then? Leslie is right. We need to incorporate a few more different styles of habitats within the zoo besides the animals that we're housing. So more wetland, more grassland and more woodland habitats. Education needs to be addressed as well. We need more diversity across the range of animals we keep, so not just South America. Because we've already got 2 in Australia, I think it's very natural that we head over to Australia next. Original planting and landscaping must be maintained wherever possible. We can keep this border in for the wallabies. Yeah, I see no reason why we need to get rid of that. This, unfortunately, will probably have to be cut back at the very least. This wetland sort of lake. And the image within the village needs to be improved. For that, she suggested I build somewhere to commemorate or celebrate the people contributing to the zoo and the former Eastlake Animal Education Centre, and I've already got land marked out for that. It's going to be a memorial park. It's basically just going to have all the blueprint and mod creators in here, like statues and stuff like that. So we can do something for the Eastlake Animal Education Centre as well, just so that the residents don't feel like the heritage of the village has been left behind. But yeah, I think that's going to be the next thing to do then. I'm going to work on the restaurant off screen, just because it's pretty much done on the inside. It's just the sign needs to change, stuff like that. But I think the next episode will be the memorial park, and then we'll begin the Australia zone, especially since we've got some baby wallabies, some baby wallabies just sort of hopping around. They got food, they've got food. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So really short episode. So Leslie's not too happy with us at the moment. Memorial Park, and then Australia, which is this sandy area here. Yeah, we could probably go ahead and do that sort of episode by episode, simply because unlike the unlike the South America zone, which is split into your Pampas pastures, your Peruvian prairie, your Pantanal paradise, Atlantic forest, and then Chilean coasts and reptiles at risk, working title. The Australia zone is just sort of one zone. It's not split up, so we can just do it episode by episode. So one habitat, one habitat, one habitat, one habitat, one habitat, so on and so forth. You get the idea. That's how we're probably going to do it. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to say really. Thank you for watching. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out, helps the channel grow, and shows me that you like the kind of content that I'm making. And until the next time, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay kind, and bye bye for now, my friends.